Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a quick little video giving an update on Navient. So you're probably only watching this if you have your student loans through Navient. Otherwise, I don't see, why you would click on the video. But in case you do not know, Navient has decided to give up student loans. They no longer will be holding on to our student loans, which that includes, I believe, like 6 million borrowers in the US. So a pretty large portion of student loan borrowers, including myself. So the $36,000 of debt that I have is with Navient. And I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. For the whole time I've had these loans, I've said Navient, but recently I watched the CEO say the name and I'm pretty sure it was Navient. But anyways, I had actually already filmed this video a couple of weeks ago giving this update, but then today I actually got an email from them, from Navient, and they said, we'd like to introduce you to AIDVANTAGE. So this winter, AIDVANTAGE will begin servicing your student loans owned by the Department of Education instead of Navient. Now previously, when I first heard about this update from Navient that they no longer will be dealing with student loans, I thought that they would be going to the company Maximus. That's what everything said. And they obviously were still going through like the official details of that, like the signing over of that. But that is no longer the case. So in that video, I was talking about Maximus, but this email officially came from Navient and they said it's going to be with AIDVANTAGE. You probably received this email too if you are with them. It does say no action is needed, and good news, not much is changing. You'll simply be working together with AIDVANTAGE instead of Navient to manage your student loans. And these are the things that they said will stay the same. Your loan terms, interest rate, account number, and benefits, so that's good. The number you call to ask questions, the addresses you use, including where you mail your payments, if you do that, your user ID and password. You'll just use a different website to log in. And it says that AIDVANTAGE will be in touch with us over the next few months and will guide us each step of the way. The reason I wanted to make this video was to just have people, just as a warning, I guess, because there have been situations in the past where other companies have switched over to a different lender and have had problems. So there are a couple of things that you can do to protect yourself just in case, because obviously this email is pretty promising. It says good things and like we should be 100% good, and we probably will be, but you still want to look out for yourself by doing a couple simple things before the change actually happens. And those two things are very, very easy. So if you log on to Navient, go to all loan details and print that page. So it should just be a one-page document like this. It should look like this. And go ahead and print out your total loan balance, which I have up here, $36,000, and then every single loan that you had with Navient. So this even shows my loans that have been paid off. I had 11 total. I've paid off 4 of them. It even shows the interest rates from those. The other ones are at 0% just because they are currently at 0%. I do know the interest rate from what I had before because I wrote those down like in my notebook. But if you didn't know them before, you won't be able to find them on Navient. I haven't been able to, so if you are able to find them, then please let me know because I can't see them, but I did know them before. So that's one thing, but the interest rate isn't too big of a deal. That's something that's controlled by the federal government anyway, so you probably will be fine. But more importantly is getting your total balance and the breakdown of each of those loans. So these are the 7 remaining loans I have and the remaining balance on each. The next thing you'll want to print off, assuming that you have any of this history on there. Actually, you probably should, because you should at least have the history of the loans when you took them out, but everything else as well. So every single payment you've made, including the interest and your principal payments. And this is very simple to do. Just go to your account history. For both of these, the print tab will be in the top right corner. Just hit print and it will come off like this. Mine happens to be 2 pages. Yours may be longer if you've been paying for longer, or it may be less if you haven't made as many payments. But what this shows is the date that you made a payment, it just should say a description like payment, and then the principal, interest, fees, and the total. This will be a record of any payment that you have given to Navient, so I highly recommend that you either print these out or just at least download them to your file and make sure they stay there so that you have record and proof of making these payments, of having the balance that you currently have, just in case there are any mistakes from moving from Navient over to AIDVANTAGE. Because we all know that mistakes can happen. It's probably technology doing a lot of this movement over, and we could have a lot of mix-ups between one person to another, and you just really want to protect yourself in this situation. Personally, I don't really understand why Navient is no longer servicing loans. I've read up on it. It's just really not that important, you know? It's really probably to do with the fact of just everything going on in the economy right now and just in America in general, and they probably just want out of that. I do know that they will still be servicing private loans or private student loans, one of those, but our federal student loans will no longer be with Navient. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Obviously, I have no clue what AIDVANTAGE is like. I've never even heard of them. But I personally never had a bad experience with Navient, but I really had no reason to. I know that there were some mistakes that they made in the past, like I actually took a screenshot of a list of problems with them. So these do not apply to me, but these were some allegations against Navient. So they created obstacles to repayment by providing bad information, processed payments incorrectly, failed to act when borrowers complained, illegally cheated many struggling borrowers out of their rights to lower payments, which caused them to overpay for their student loans, deceived private student loan borrowers about requirements to release their cosigner from the loan, and harmed the credit of disabled borrowers, including severely injured veterans. It also alleged that Navient formerly directed student loan borrowers into student loan forbearance when these borrowers otherwise might have qualified for income-driven repayment plans. Navient has denied the allegations publicly and in court filings. Like I said, I've never dealt with any of that, probably just because I've simply set up a payment method and went with it. I didn't have to have calls with them or anything of that sort. But feel free to comment down below if you've had any negative experiences with Navient or if you know anything about AIDVANTAGE. Over the next few months, I probably will be making a couple of videos about getting back into paying for student loans. But as of right now, this is one of the best things you can do if you have Navient, and also just be prepared to actually start paying student loans again come February 2022. So that is all I wanted to share for this video. Please feel free to ask any questions. I will do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.